So there we go. We are live now. Yes, my name is Mr. Zebron Ernest, teacher at Mumtaz Islamic Seminary, Girls Wing. There we go. So this is a continuation of the question where we ended. And we ended on that question, and this is the revision paper. So we ended on this question. So what we're gonna do is to continue from where we ended. So there we go. Put these calculations in the order of size from smallest to largest. You don't need to work out each value. You don't need to work out each value. So what we're gonna do is try to work out what is 9 times 0.85. So everybody knows that. So what we're gonna do is everyone pay attention and see what I'm gonna do on the screen there. And stop writing. Make sure that you're putting your eyes over there. So there we go. So we have this is 9 times 0.85. So we're gonna do simple multiplication. So this is 9 times 0.85. So how do we do that? You do 0.85 times 9. Simple. Students, what is 5 times 9? 45. So you write 4 there. So 9 times 8?
72.
Add 4.
76.
You write 6 carry 7. 9 times 0?
0.
Add 7.
7.
And then you have 2 decimal places, 1, 2 there. So you have 7.65. So this question over here, or this calculation, is only 7.65. So there we go. Now, when it comes to this question, 9 divided by 0.18. So you do 9 divided by 0.18. What you simply do, convert this decimal as a fraction, right? This one as a fraction. So this will be 9 divided by 18 over 100. When you reach there, what do we do? You do, this is a whole number, so do over 1. And then you do reciprocal there. So this will be 9 over 1 times reciprocal there. 100 up, 18 down. And then look across. Can you simplify that? By 9, 1 by 9? By 2, 1 by 2? There we go. So this question will be equal to, what is the answer, class? So that means this calculation over here, 9 divided by 0.18 is what? 50. Is 50. Then how about this one? This calculation, you do the same thing. What we're gonna do is 9 divided by 0.5. What do we do? You write that 0.5 as a fraction, and there we go. We have 9 divided by 5 over 10, and this is a whole number, so do it over 1, and this will be 9 over 1 times the reciprocal. And then you see if you can simplify this by 5, 1, by 5, 2. So 9 times 2.
80.
So what is the answer there?
80.
Now, how about 9 times 0.1? This you do as usual, 0.1 times 9. So this is 9, this is 0, 1 decimal point. So we have 0.9. Now, you people tell me, all the calculations are done here. So what we're gonna do is now to put, the question is, put these calculations in order of size. So the question is, which calculation out there give you the smallest of all? Which calculation?
9.
So the calculation which you're gonna record here will be 9. All right, so this is a class of 1-1, and here we're going live. So over there, the smallest calculation is 9 times 0.1. What is the next smallest calculation?
0.8.
All right, so 9, can you come again? What is the next calculation?
9.
Exactly. So here is the next calculation, which is the smallest, is 9 times 0.85. What is the next calculation with the smallest? 9 divided by 0.5. So there we go. And what do we think will be the largest of all? 9 divided by 0.18. All right, so this is 1-to-1 classroom located in Untitled Seminary Girls Wing, and then I'm going to give them a little time for them to copy the questions. So there we go. I'll be coming back in no time. So here we go. All right, so welcome back. This is the next question, which is on the worksheet that you have on your table. So the question is, simplify these expressions. We're supposed to simplify. You people know. Now, tell me, this is f plus f plus f plus f. Is there anyone who can tell me the number which is here before f? Which number? The whole class? 1. 1. Thank you very much. So the number here, which is before the letter f, is, go ahead writing the number. So the number before a letter is 1f. So in short, you have 1f plus 1f plus 1f plus 1f. Now, students, tell me, what is 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1? And then you go ahead writing f. Now, do not write f4. This is incorrect because if you write that way, there are some students who normally write a letter first followed by a number. Now, we have a way of writing letters with numbers. So when you're writing letters and numbers, and in between there is a multiplication sign. So what we usually do, we start with a number followed by a letter. So when you write 4f, you are correct. But when you write f4, it is incorrect. The next question here is this question, which is 2y plus 6, then minus y plus 1. So what do we do over there? You just collect like terms. This one here is 2y plus 6 minus y plus 1. So what do we do here? We'll have 2y plus 6 minus y plus 1. Now, what do we do here? We collect like terms. We start with numbers with the letter. So you have 2y here, and you have minus y there. So in short, you write 2y minus. Now here there is no number, so we keep 1. So this becomes 2y minus 1y. So that is done. And then you do the numbers without the letter. So you have positive 6 there, and you have positive 1 somewhere here. Now tell me, class, what is 2y minus 1y? 1. Beautiful. What is 6 plus 1? 6. So the answer will end here. The answer will be 1y plus 7. The reason being, this number has a letter, but this number over here has no letter. So you can't combine 1y plus 7. You can't add, even you can't subtract over there. So the answer remains either 1y plus 7, or somebody can ignore this and write y plus 7. And the answer remains like this. So I'm going to pause the video so that my students can take notes over here, because we are going live, and this is from 1G1 classroom located at Alimuntas Islamic Seminary Girls Wing. So there we go. We'll become shortly. All right, now we are back to question number 3. The question says simplify fully this ratio. So what do we do when we ask you to simplify the ratio? It's simple. Let me try to zoom this ratio. We have 12 ratio 30. So what do we do here? We think of a number which is dividing both of these two numbers here. Students, can you tell me the number which is dividing all these numbers here? 2. Very good. So you need to divide by 2 there, divide by 2. And what is 12 divided by 2? 6. Ratio 30 divided by 2? 50. Now, that is not final answer, because we still have a number which is dividing both. That number is, so divide by 3 there, divide by 3 there. So this will be 2 ratio 5. So I'm going to come back after a moment of time, because my students have to record or have to take the notes. Otherwise, I'll be back shortly. So there we go. We are back now. So the answer is 2. The answer is 2 ratio 5. Now, where do we write this answer? So go ahead writing the answer over here. This is 2. And there are 2 dots to mean ratio. and write 5 there. All right. And then once you do like this, you get your 1 mark there. Bam. All right. The next part is this question here. All right. This question here. Now, how do we do this question? Everyone listen. Everyone listen. This question is known as, this question is coming from the topic we call it algebra, and it is on the part we call constructions of formulas. Okay, so we have a question there. This question says that some trees are planted in rows of 10. When they say in rows of 10, it means, when they say in rows of 10, it means one row equals to 10 trees. That is what it means. Okay, so if it means one row equals to 10 trees, the question is, we are supposed to complete the formula to find the total number of trees in T, to find the total number of trees T in R rows. Now, I want to develop a formula with my students bit by bit, slowly, so that you can understand which one will be our formula. So there we go. The question says some trees are planted in rows of 10. Then the question is, if they say some trees are planted in rows of 10, they mean one row equals to 10 trees. Now, students, tell me, if one row equals to 10 trees, how about 2 rows? How many trees will be there? 20 trees. That I agree, and congratulations. But the question will be, how do you get 20 trees? You take this number 2 here, and then go ahead multiplying by 10. So 2 times 10 is 20 trees. How did I get that? Is 2 times 10. So the concept is 1 row equals to 10 trees. How about 2 rows? That equals to 20 trees. Okay, students, tell me, how about 3 rows? How many? Now, thank you very much. Students, they said there are 30 trees. The question will be, how did they get 30 trees? They took 3 times 10. I agree. So go ahead telling me, okay, how about if it is 4 rows? So 40 trees, and that we go. Now the question is, what if we have R rows? What if we have R rows? Students, tell me, how will you get for R rows? How many trees will be there? Okay, my students, some students are saying 10 yara. Those students who say 10 yara, they are correct, because the idea is fine. Thank you very much. So for R rows, the idea is the same. The idea is same. Take this R and then go ahead multiply by 10. R times 10, the answer is 10R. And the formula here, T, will be equal to 10R. So thank you very much. We'll be back shortly. So for the time being, I'm gonna allow my students to take notes. So I'm gonna pause this recording for a while. So there we go. All right, so welcome back. Now here, I say the formula will be T. The formula will be T equals to 10R. But one of my students in 1G1 said, or asked a question, sir, is there any possibility of writing this formula like this? T equals to 10 times R. I said, yes. If you write 10, if you write T equals to 10 times R, or if you write T equals to 10R, both are correct. Because if you write 10R, it means between 10 and R, there is the so-called silent multiplication. All right, so there we go. We'll be moving quickly to the next question. All right, so we have this question number 7. Now, again, like as I said, I'm live in 1-to-1 classroom, and here we are, trying to solve questions which is given on the worksheet, and this worksheet is revision paper Form 1, where we are supposed to not to use a calculator. So there we go. We have this question here. This question I included it so that you people can at least try to revise what we did in October, November. This topic is on numbers. So go ahead revising that question of there. Otherwise, the topics which we are talking about today are the topics which will be coming in the midterm tests and and my students know those topics. And this question is not one of them among those topics. So we're gonna skip this. This perhaps can be your homework. At any time you can try to attempt that question. But please make sure that you see me if you have got a problem with that question. All right, so there we go. Now we have this question here. This question here is that we are given a formula. The formula is V equals to A B minus 5 bracket square. The question is, work out the value of V when A is 4 and B is 8. So what I'm gonna do is first try to zoom this. I have to zoom this equation for my students, and there we go. We have V equals to A bracket B minus 5 . All right, sorry for the inconvenience that happened because of the network errors, network problems. So there I go. So we are back again. So this question says, here is the formula V equals to A B minus 5 bracket square. Work out the value of V when A is 4 and B is 8. So what I'm gonna do is try to zoom this equation for my students who are live. These students are 1G1, Alimunta's Islamic Seminary. So there we go. So we have A is 4. So what do? We take this value A is 4. Where there is A, we write 4 there. And where there is B, you write 8. That is what it means. So go ahead writing V equals to A. Instead of writing A, you write 4 brackets. B is 8. You minus 5 bracket square. All right. Now when you reach here, don't panic. What we do, we refer to BODMAS, meaning brackets. So you go ahead subtracting 8 minus 5. Students, what is 8 minus 5?
3.
So this will be V equals to 4, but in between here there is multiplication sign. So this will be 4 times 3 squared. Now when you reach here, go ahead finding the square of 3. Students, what is 3 squared?
9.
So V will be equal to 4 times 9, and this will be equal to 36. So the value of V here will be equal to 36. All right, I'm gonna pause this video and I'll be back to you shortly. So there we go. All right, welcome back. And here we are live. I'm in 1G1 classroom. So there we go. The question here is expand 2A, 2 brackets 2B minus 3A. Students, is there any one of you who can tell me what does expand mean? The whole class, what is that? Very good. So when we say expand this expression, we mean to remove brackets. So you are supposed to remove the brackets, and how do we remove the brackets? We are supposed to multiply out the brackets. Now, how do we do that? Simply, we do, this is 2A, like so. Then you have 2B minus 3A. So how do we remove the brackets? This outside number, 2A, multiplies every single number inside the brackets. And this is how we do. So you do 2A times 2B. What is 2A times 2B, students? Very good. And remember, this over here is positive. Students, tell me, what is positive times negative? And what is 2A times 3A?
6A squared.
All right, students, can you clap your hands for yourself, please? All right, so this becomes your final answer. Thank you very much. Stop there. So this 4AB will become your final answer. And then when you do that, you are getting your 2 marks there. All right, so I'll be pausing the video so that my students, my live students, can go ahead copying that calculation. All right, so welcome back. We're going to discuss question number 9. This question is talking about Angelic and Jamila. The question says like this: Angelic travels 75 miles. Jamila travels 115 kilometers. The question is, show that Angelic has traveled further than Jamila. So what are we gonna do? Everyone try to underline the word father. And above this word father, write more. Write the word more. So show that Angelique has covered more than Jamila, more distance than Jamila. That is what it means. Okay, so class, you tell me, did I teach you how to convert miles into kilometers?
Yes.
Did I teach you also how to convert kilometers into miles?
Yes.
Thank you very much. So now go back to the countable. Go back to the countable and open the notes where I told you how to convert miles into kilometers. Because without that, we can't show that Angelique is coming further than Jamila. So you have to know, how do we convert miles into kilometers? All right, who have seen that? How do we convert? Raise up your hands if you have seen how to convert miles into kilometers. Are you there?
Yes.
The question there is saying, show that Angelique has traveled further than Jamila. Remember, Angelique traveled 75 miles. So we need to know, how do we convert miles into kilometers? Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, now tell me, how do we convert miles into kilometers? All right, so say again, how do we convert miles into kilometers? So what I'm gonna do, thank you very much, students, and I really appreciate for that. What I'm gonna do, to convert 75 miles into kilometer, I'm gonna take this number, which is 75. Students, I have to multiply by how much?
8/5.
Okay, now see that this is a whole number, so keep it over 1. So you can simplify across by 5, 1, by 5, how much?
13.
15. Okay, so you can see that 15 times 5, the answer is 75. Now you people tell me, what is 15 times 8? 15 times 8? 120. But can we do it practically here?
Yes.
5 times 8 is 40.
40.
34. 8 times 1 plus 4. So the answer is 120. So 75 miles is the same as 120 kilometers. Now, let us try to compare these two. Angelique travels not 75 miles, rather we write 120. Now, look at that, we have 120 kilometers and Jamila has 115 kilometers. You people tell me, who traveled a further distance? They say sure, they mean sure they're working. And that is what we have done. Now, how do we conclude that? We conclude by saying that Angelique travels further because 120 kilometer, which is 75 miles, is greater than 115 kilometer. All right, I'm gonna stop here, pause this video, and I'll be back shortly. All right, it's already time, so my students have to go back home, and it's already home time. So thank you very much for being with me. I'll stop here.